Hey everyone, good evening. I hope I'm audible. Just let me know through the chat box if you guys can hear me. Hi, sir. Yes, okay. Nikhil, hello. Kiran, yes. Akash, good evening. So, how are you all doing today? Hello to all of you. Good evening. Okay, I will reply on LinkedIn. Good evening, everyone. So, we'll be waiting another couple of minutes so that rest of your friends can also join. You guys can directly message me, DM me in the Zoom itself, and I will make sure to reply as many as possible. Okay, then. Let's begin with today's session then. If you guys are excited and ready, in capitals, everything in caps lock, type yes. Okay, yes. Yes, Akash, Ankur, Vishnu, everybody's saying yes. Okay, let's go then. Let's not wait. So, as you guys already know about Honeywell Future Skills Edge program, so I believe you guys are way too intelligent and way too smart and already remembers everything, right? About the program, flagship CSR initiative by Honeywell. So we all are smart and intelligent and we all have a good memory. Badam kha ke aaye hum sare. So we remember about the program as well. What about the session hygiene rules? So we know in the chat box, we don't have to share any confidential information. And other than the session, there is no need to message there. You guys already have the LinkedIn account. So for all the XYZ reasons or all the XYZ questions, you can just message me there itself. So what are we going to cover today? So there were some of the people in the chat box that were asking the same. So we'll understand how computers talk with each other. By the way, guys, how do we talk? So computers are the secondary thing. How do we communicate with each other? Any idea? Yes. Okay. So how so? How can we communicate as humans with each other? Okay. Great. 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 We can communicate. Okay. Through mouth. Okay. Dhruva is saying through mouth. And what about the language? Is that important? Is that also a medium? How we communicate with each other? Language, of course. So now, even though our systems won't be able to speak English, we'll still know how they communicate with each other. So we'll be understanding what OSI model is, how internet works, some of the internet tools, and of course, then we have quiz and the questions as well for us. So a quick recap on what we covered, what topics we have already covered in the past. So these will be some of your hints, you could say. So any idea? What are these? Phishing quiz, have I been pawned, Bitwarden, breach directory, and there was so much more here. Any idea? What were they? Did we cover this? I can't remember at all. I can't remember these tools. Can somebody help me, please, to understand what these topics are? Anyone? Any idea? Yes, sir. Changing IP addresses. Okay, that's a great one. And what about the West? So, if I say that phishing quiz was there to help you identify the mails, the mails that were harmful to you. So, those were your phishing mails. Have I been pawned was used to check your IDs. Yes, email IDs. That's correct. Great work, guys. Bitwarden was to check that whether or not our passwords had special symbols, spaces, capital letters, small letters, and numbers known as alphanumeric. Breach directory was checking the hash of your passwords. AutoTor was changing for your IP address. And OSINT. So this was the reason how you guys were able to figure out what my LinkedIn account was. So did we cover anything else other than this, guys? Phishing, yes. So even that was covered. What else? Laws, absolutely right. So we covered data breaches, of course. Great work, guys. So those were some of the topics that we covered in the previous session. But that is in past now. What about in this session? So the first thing for you guys to do is to scan this QR code. For the people who think this is a scam or this can be harmful, they are absolutely wrong. And you know what term we use in cybersecurity that uses QR code to scam people? That is phishing. So just like phishing, we interchange the first letter of our word. So just let me know once we are done with the QR code so that we can proceed. Yes, changing IP. Okay. So these are the previous answers. Just let me know. Just write yes in the chat box once you are done with the QR code. Or should I say filling the Google form? Okay. To identify phishing, QR codes, correct. Scam identification, perfect. Just write in the chat box done or yes once you have completed the QR code or completed the Google form. Yes, done. Nisha has given a big done with multiple E's behind it. What about the West? Done, sir. Okay. Done, 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 done. Okay, then. If you guys are done, then definitely we can proceed with it as well. So, moving on. Now, here comes another task. You would be saying, Sir, to task के बाद task ही दे जा रहे हैं. So, how fast and smart do you think you are? So, zero, write zero in the chat box if you think you are least smart. Or you can write 10 that yes, I am the most smartest and the most intelligent person in the class. So 0 to 10, 0 being least intelligent and 10 being the most intelligent out of all. Write in the chat box, guys. Okay, Ligita is saying 10 out of 10. Dhruva is saying 7. Okay, we are decent enough. 30. Okay. So we crossed the boundary line, huh? Okay, 8. Sneha is saying 9. So I believe, okay, Lakshmi is saying 10, 10, 10, 10. So I believe we all are pretty smart and intelligent. So let's see. The next slide will be a task for you. And we'll see how many of you guys will be able to answer them. So are you guys ready? And here goes the next slide. So we have 5 words here that are unreadable at the moment. I'm unable to read them for some reason. So can you guys help me to understand what these words actually are? The The hint is, I believe they are jumbled. So, according to you guys, what is the first word? Hmm? Security. Yes, Sheikh is saying it is security. So now we have the answer to our first one. So the first word becomes security. Great. What about the second one? What about the second one, guys? The first one is security. Yes, guys. In progress mode. Okay. Come on, guys. What do you think is the second one? Yes. The second one, in fact, is phishing. Really great. So we are already done 2 out of the 5. Yes, Akash, you are right. Still, 3 more to go, guys. Come on. Come on, team. I have faith in you. The third word has been unscrambled. Great work, team. So, the third word is, in fact, password. We'll be writing over the question mark. 2 more to go. Come on, team. Which one, according to you, is the solution of the fourth one? Come on, sir. Thinking. Okay. Computer. Let's go. That is, in fact, computer. Last but not the least, it might seem this is the most difficult one. Yes or no, team? Let's see who is going to answer the last one. So, Ankur has provided the solution. And Ankur says the last word is internet. So, great work, guys. So, we were able to figure out all the 5 words that were given to us. So, for those who still didn't get the answers are on the screen. The first one is security. The second one is phishing. Third one is password. Fourth is computer. And the last one is internet. So, are we good to go, guys? I hope everybody was able to crack it. Just give me a yes or a no. That yes, sir, we were able to crack it. This was a piece of cake for us. Give us something more difficult. Interesting. Okay, Nisha is saying it was interesting. And what about the West? Shall we proceed? Or do you guys need another moment to think, to figure it out for yourself? Hmm? Nice activity. Okay, then. Okay, team, let's move forward then. Let's march forward with our guns raising high. So now the question that we were discussing earlier was how computer talk. Now let us say that this is a system here. Okay, so nobody will judge the drawing. This is one system and this is another system. Now these two systems wants to communicate with each other. How would they do it? So let us say this system wants to say hello to the other system. Want to name them? Okay, so let us say the first system name is John and the second system name is Max. Using binary. Are you sure? Binary might be the language the computers understand. But do you think binary will be sufficient to communicate with each other? By networking. Correct. What is networking, guys? I have no idea. This is the first time I am hearing this term. You guys are saying networking. I'm doing networking in the real life by communicating or making connections. Ability to share resources, that's a really great one. But how do they share the resources? This is exactly what we are going to cover. Through communication channel, maybe cables, Wi-Fi, there are lots and lots of answer. Each and every one of you is correct. But let's understand everything in detail. So let's proceed to the next slide. So this gigantic OSI model. So OSI standing for Open Systems Interconnection. So these are the 7 layers that are responsible for your computers communicating with each other, breaking into packets. Yes, Dhruva, well said. By means of topologies or topologies. Okay, using OSI model. That's correct. But what are these 7 layers? Have you guys ever heard of them? Or is it your first time using binary frames? Yes. So you guys already know some of them. That's really great. We are using the application layer to connecting the systems. Absolutely right. Very interesting. Okay, but that's not the solution of what I'm asking. Ever heard of this? What is application layer? What is presentation layer? Or are you guys also facing the same issue? It is the first time, sir. It's your responsibility to teach us. Huh? Okay. So you guys are saying yes. Okay then. So let's begin splitting. Okay. Great. Splitting data into packets. Yes. So let's start with the very first one. That is our application layer. So this is the layer that you see. So some of the examples were the WhatsApp, the browser, the YouTube icons. The issue is that we don't know what exactly the application layer right now is. So if I ask you a very simple example, what are applications? Do you think Zoom that we are having the meeting right now is also considered under application layer? Yes. All mobile apps. That's correct. So can I also say that anything that you guys can interact with comes under application layer? Okay, again we are getting yes. No. Okay. So what if I ask you to give me one example, something that you can interact with inside your system? Just any one example. What would that be? Okay, Instagram, Facebook, email ID, that's correct. Google Chrome definitely is a browser. What else? Use browser for searching LinkedIn. Absolutely. So now we have some services like Flipkart, Amazon, Google Maps. Why not? You're doing great, team. You already know majority of them. So the application layer is the one that handles the UI, UX. So basically the interface that you guys are being provided with. Application layer, user interacts with the network. That's correct, Om. So if the application layer is just used to interact, do you think is it important for us to use application layer? This is the 7th layer inside our OSI model. Do you think is it really important? Okay, everybody is saying yes. Why so? Why is this important? This layer is not responsible for sending the data to anywhere to get the user input, getting information for better understanding. Perfect. Even though our systems may understand what binary language is. Can we understand that? Yes or no? No. We can't understand what computers are talking or computers are communicating with each other. So we need something that is understandable to all of us, or you could say the human beings. So that majorly is what application layer does. So just write it in the chat box. Are we clear? Are we good to go, guys? Yes, okay. So application layer, we understood. It is just used for the user input, for interaction between us and the computer. Now the second layer is presentation layer. So presentation word sounds like a present. So when do you give present, guys? When do you give someone gifts? Any idea? When was the last time you gave someone a gift? Occasion? Valentine Day, of course. That is about to come on some occasions. Okay. So what do you think that inside our computers, the presentation layer will be used? So Akash is saying so that we can see the output of the computer. Okay, we are close. And what about the West? Folders. Okay. So here, what we are trying to do is we are trying to send the data in the form of packets. So here comes the packets, the word that you guys were waiting for. So we convert data into packets. So what? Okay, instead of telling you the solution straight away, that won't be fun, guys. So how should I convert this data into packets? Or team, what is the difference between a data and a packet? So first of all, I want to give you guys a chance that what, according to you, is the difference between the data and the packets. Come on, the stage is all yours, team. Let's see. Birthday, okay, the way of showing things for user understanding. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Let's see. Is this layer the data is transformed into human readable form? Yes, this layer is one of them. While giving project explanation, okay, data is unorganized, I think. Packets organize it. Not so true. Okay, let me provide you a hint or provide you the solution in itself. So think of this that you want to send a 1 GB file to me. Let us say your resume was of 1 lakh pages. Okay, let's take that for an example. Not possible though. So you are sending me a file that is of the size of 1 GB. Now, what do you think? Will the internet send this file as it is, or will the internet divide this 1 GB packet into multiple smaller data or smaller packets? Now, let us say the size of each packet is 1 MB. And the reason why it happens is that if the 1 GB file got corrupted in between, then we have to send that 1 GB file all over again. Whereas, if this 1 MB file gets corrupted, we can send it again. So that is first of all the difference between what a data is and what packets are. And secondly, why do we use data and why do we use packets? It divides. Packets are data split. Yes, Hannah, that is absolutely right. Data is transferred into the packets. Vishnu, even you are correct. Nisha is saying the same thing, sending into packets. Ankur is saying packets carry information. Of course, they do. Breaks into packages, then data is sent. Absolutely. So basically what we are trying to do is we take the data, instead of sending it in the raw format, we wrap it up in small boxes or just like our gifts and then send to the other system. Divided into smaller packets. Pack is collection of small data. Absolutely correct. So just write yes in the chat box if the OSI layer 6 is also clear. A big yes, not a small one. Oh, Akash, this is a small yes. Come on, let's have a big yes. Come on, team. Yes, here you go. That's the spirit. That's the energy. Yes. All caps lock with exclamation marks. Here you go, Akash. Well done. So, moving forward with our next layer. So, our next layer would be the OSI layer 5, known as the session layer. So, again, before telling you that what exactly session layer is, do you want to try it out? Yes, okay, that yes had so many vowels. So, what according to you does the session layer do? Come on, come on, come on. If I provide you the solution as it is, then the session is going to be boring. But instead, if you answer, you will get the opportunity to learn more. Okay, let me provide you some sort of hint. Maybe this can be a bit difficult for you guys. So this layer manages the conversation. So think of this. You called me, let's say, through my phone number. My phone number was +916283 and then cross, 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 cross. So definitely the first four digits are right, but I can't share my phone number. It would be too easy if I gave it to you right away. So whenever you call me, first of all, it is going to be initiated or it will start. Then there is a need to maintain it. Let us say you had tons and tons of doubts. So we kept a Google Meet and that went for over 2 hours. Let's take that for an example. And after we were done with the session, we needed to terminate it, also known as stop in the simple words. So these three specific things is being taken care by our OSI layer 5, also known as session layer. So this layer will manage the convo. Another example would be the Zoom. It manages, it maintains, it terminates connections between local and remote application. Perfect, Azra. That's absolutely right. Okay, Nisha is saying more hit. All these are sessions, yes. So you guys first of all joined the Zoom meet. So you initiated it. Then right now we are having the discussions, we are having the fun interaction all together. So that is maintenance. And last but not the least is termination. So when you will say, sir, bas aaj ke liye bahut ho gaya. We are tired, we need some break. Then what we are going to do is, we are going to terminate the session. Yes, controls the sessions. So all these sessions, the word we are continuously using, is in itself built in the session layer. So how many of you guys were able to understand? Give a yes. And for those who didn't understand, can give a no and I can explain it again to you. Feel free to use the chat box to learn as much as humanly possible. Start a new session between the sender and the receiver. Great, Lithika. Okay, great work. Yes, Kanchan, that is absolutely right. Multiple systems connection. Yes, Ashwarya. So give me a big yes. A big one, as big as possible that you can write. telling me that, yes, sir, we are completely excited, full of energy. We are still not tired at all. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, that's the spirit. Yes, Nisha. So, that was our session layer. Still, there are some more layers to go. Now that we were able to create the session, present it, also interact with it, then comes our transportation layer. Now, this layer name seems easy enough. What does transport means? Is this a new word? Is this the word that we heard for the first time? What do we understand by the word transport? Fully loaded. Okay, Akash is saying it's fully loaded, but that's not the actual meaning of transport. Think, 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 think. Transport layer transports the data from CPU to computer memory. Okay, that's an interesting one. But what if I take the scenario of there are two people? So I hope you guys are already using Porter, something Porter, or it could be Uber as well. They also provide the services of packages. So what happens is, let us say this is the stick figure, this is me, and here are you. So if I need to send something, let us say you were able to win a phone. So let us say 20 Pro Max was the phone that you just won. So there has to be something in between, a middleman or Uber, Ola. There are multiple examples, Rapido. So what they will do is they will take that phone from me and give it to you. And that is exactly what transport layer does. But instead from human to human, it takes place between computer to computer. Absolutely correct. Yes, Akash, takes data from one place to another, or in our case, one system to another system, making sure data reaches its right destination. Of course. But there would be another question regarding it. How do we know what the right destination is? So there is a specific layer that handles that. Sending packet, of course, that is correct. IP address, we'll be covering that soon. Integrity, yes. Making sure no data is missing. Making sure our data is accurate. So well said. It can be also mentioned here. Integrity. What else? Yes, okay. Everything is clear? Transferring the information. Great work, team. It feels like I'm not the one who is teaching here alone. We all are teaching each other new things. Transporting the data from one port to another. Yes, Ankur, that is correct. Making sure the information is end-to-end encrypted. Okay, that could be an interesting one. So well done, Arju. So if we are good to go, if this layer is also clear, then again, you know what I'm going to ask you. What should be in the chat box according to you? Team, come on. I believe now you can already guess. What's the thing I'm going to ask you? What should be in the chat box? Yes. Yes itself should be in the chat box. Great work, guys. So now we already understand each other well. You know what sir wants, and sir also knows that what student wants. Student wants as much information as possible, as much cybersecurity as possible. And sir wants just a small yes from you. So now that we understand what transport layer does, the next layer comes the network layer. Here you go. So for the guys that guessed that yes, network layer was the next one for the accuracy or for the destination are absolutely correct. So how many of you guys have used Google Maps? I have used multiple times. What about you, team? How many? Okay, Priyanka is saying me. Yes, I have used. I did. Okay. So where were you headed to? Maybe parlor, maybe a restaurant, maybe getting back to your place all the time. Okay. So we are using all the time. We are completely dependent upon the Google Maps. Every time when I drive, of course, Akash, it is the same for me as well. To the exam locations. Okay. So for those whose exams are going on, all the very best. So network layer is basically helping us find the best path, the most efficient one. So what happens whenever we search inside Google Maps? So we'll believe there's these two, that this and this are one of the same thing. So whenever we want to go from this location to that location, so what Google Maps will tell? It will tell us the shortest route. So that can include the total distance and the total time. Yes, it shows more than one path, of course. Oh, very well said. It shows the traffic as well. Anything else that Google Maps shows to us? Or is that it? Correct path, of course. For more speed to reach at destination. Okay, that's correct, Vishnu. Every time. And suggests the good one. Correct, Arju. So all these things are being taken by Google Maps. But our computers can't use the Google Maps, can they? Nope, they can't. Speed breakers. Okay, that's an interesting one. So you can also share with me, Vishnu, where is the option that Google Maps shows the speed breakers. So now, as we already know, our computers can't use the Google Maps. Then what do? We are dependent, or at least our computers are dependent upon the network layer. And the network layer helps our systems find the best path. I hope that is clear. Okay, Akash is saying that while our different vehicle speeds, yes, it also shows us the speed. So I hope network layer is also clear. Everyone, I am bad with direction. Okay, no worries. We can find the solution together. Yes, Priyanka is giving a big yes that everything is clear, sir. Let's move ahead with complete and full energy, with not the overconfident but the confidence. So, two layers more to go. Our second layer is the data link layer. Now, your Google Maps, let's take that for an example, helped you reach your home. So, let us say you were traveling from XYZ location to your home. But can the Google Map help you navigate inside your home? Can that Google Map tell that this is the drawing room? A big no from Priyanka already. So can the Google Maps tell that here is your TV or this is where your phone is located? There are total how many rooms? Is it 3 BHK, 4 BHK, 5 BHK? No. So for that we need another layer, or we need the help of our human eyes. For our computers, this is data link layer. So local delivery, including our Wi-Fi. So from our internet service provider, this data came from different servers, could be from Mumbai, Pune, Gurgaon, Noida, Bangalore. Now it reached our Wi-Fi or our router through the Ethernet cables. So now this Wi-Fi will send this data to our individual mobile devices, also known as phones. Then could be tablets. Then could be our smartwatch. So all these things, all the local delivery is being taken care by our data link layer. This is where data is transformed over wirelessly for wireless data transfers. Perfect, Sheikh. That's a great answer. What about the rest? Nisha is saying a big clear. Sir, already everything is good to go. Vishnu is asking what is meant by IP address. And that's a great question. So just wait another 3 to 4 slides and this is going to be covered. We are actually going to have a practical regarding the same. So don't worry. So I hope everything is clear and good to go. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, great. Everybody, I believe. Okay. I was just asking yours. No worries. So that was our data link layer. Now we are left with just one layer. That is the physical layer. So this is where all your wires, your signals, your cables, everything comes into play. So some of you guys will be using the Wi-Fi to connect the systems, whereas some of you will be using Ethernet cables, also known as LAN. So all these cables comes under physical layer. So basically it is electricity, but for us we can call it our packets. Finally coming through and the two systems using all these layers together are able to communicate with each other. Let's go, all TVs had those cables, yes, in the image, right? One was red, one was yellow, other was, I believe, black or green. Okay, landline phone, of course. So this was, in short, in a very easy and a simple manner, what OSI layer is. Now the question is, sir, even though we understand all of them, how to remember it? Now that's a big challenge. Even in my time when I was interviewing for the companies, it was very difficult for me to remember all these 7 layers. So I used a trick. How many of you guys want to know it? How many of you want to understand that? Yes, sir. Please give us an easy way so that we can learn, we can understand. Okay, yes, yes, sir. Me. Okay, everybody, definitely. Okay, so here it is, the first one. All people seems to need data protection. So application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network, data link, and physical. So all of these are mentioned in the first one. For those who say, sir, Englishes are not like piece of cake, can we do something in Hindi as well? Of course we can. In Hindi, we'll have आज फिर से टेस्ट नहीं देना पड़ेगा. So it is the same as the first one. It will equally help you to answer it. But this is for the people who don't understand English very well. In Hindi, mnemonics. Perfect. So I hope now we guys will be able to remember that how to understand and how to learn. In Marathi, we say, I don't know Marathi. Alipur Sobat Tarne direct something. Okay. Priyanka, you definitely will have to teach me. Very well. Okay, great then. You guys will have to teach me different languages if you want me to communicate in them. So anyhow, I hope until now everything is clear and everything is good to go. Telugu. Okay, everybody wants to teach me some or the other languages. Really appreciate the sweet gesture. But up until now, is everything good to go? Please do not take senior people advice. Short for OSI layer. Ankur, well done, man. Please do not take senior people advice. It may be factually wrong, but okay, it's a great way to remember it. Okay, yes, sir. Everything is all clear. Let's go ahead. Okay, then. So next, we have the basic difference between TCP and UDP. Now, this could be a little challenging, so instead of asking, I will directly answer you. So, don't try to remember the full forms for the time being. I will just write it here. TCP is Transmission Control Protocol. I'm writing this just for the reference. You can get this from the Google as well. We are here to understand, not to cram. whereas UDP is user datagram protocol. Now, first of all, I would say there's no need to remember them. Let's get rid of it. First of all, let's understand what TCP and UDP is. Now, here are two persons that are sitting, and for some reason, they are unable to stand up. Let's give them a name. Let us say the first one is Elon and the second one is Mark. Now, Elon has a pen, but he can't stand up from his seat. How do you think can Elon give this pen to Mark that is sitting, let us say, 10 feet or 20 feet away from him? What do you think can be the solution here? Throw it. So if we throw it, first of all, we are not guaranteed that whether or not the Mark can catch it. Definitely, throwing it is fast. Let me write it down. Throwing it is fast, definitely, but unreliable option. So the fast and unreliable option in technical terms is UDP. So whenever we send data in a fast and unreliable format, just like how Elon threw this pen to Mark, just like this here, catch. So that becomes our UDP. Do we have any other option? Instead of throwing it, slide on the floor. Again, one of the same thing. We are just sliding it, throwing it. It is one of the same thing. What else can we think? Is there a more reliable option for us? TCP waits until the data is reached and the UDP doesn't. That's correct. Tell third person to pass it. Here you go. So instead of throwing it, we have another person here who will for us take this pen and give it to Mark. Then again come back to us and tell, yes, Elon, the pen has been successfully delivered. And that is TCP. TCP is more reliable, but as compared to UDP, it is slow. I hope now the difference. Take, take it to him. We can't. These two people are very selfish. They don't want to stand up from their seats. So that won't be possible. So I hope now we know what's the difference between TCP and UDP is. But UDP is more useful for live sessions. Yes. For our Zoom meetings, Google Meet, online gaming, cloud gaming. UDP is the one that is being used. Whereas TCP is used whenever you want to send messages. For example, WhatsApp. Pass the pen through the people between them. Yes. So are we clear? Is everything good to go? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Okay then. Everything is good to go, so you can proceed. Okay, great. So that was the difference between the TCP and our UDP. Then comes the address. So there were students who were asking, what is address? So our IP address in our technical terms, whereas our house address becomes like Delhi, Bangalore, this specific society, this is my house number. But this is not what our computers use. They use IP address. Now, IP address is also of multiple types. The full form is Internet Protocol. So this IP address is also of multiple types. We have IPv4, we have IPv6, we have a public IP address, we have a private IP address. Now there are a lots of different types of IP address. Why do we use them as well? But what if I told you that you guys can also see all these IP address in your system? MAC address, yes, even that is a type. Gosh, you are correct. Would you like to check what your IP address is? There are multiple methods to do it as well. We are going to do the most easiest one. That is just from the website itself. So if I just go here, definitely we can do it from CMD as well. But that is a bit difficult. Let's keep it a very easier one. So if I write what is my IP, it says what is my IP address, your public IPv4 and IPv6 address. So if I click upon it, it will give me IPv4, IPv6, city Mohali, region Punjab, and so on. There are multiple things that you can get here. I will share this link in the group as well. So let me copy it, not in the group, in the chat box. Of course, you guys are once again right. In everyone, and here you go. Yes, in the CMD, you can also check for the same. But you will be needing a command known as IP config. Physical address is the MAC address that cannot be changed. Perfect. IP config. Yes. Yes, Keshava, you are absolutely right. So those are the multiple different addresses that computers use to communicate between each other. So I will give you a moment there to search, and don't tell me, of course, IP address is something that is private. You shouldn't let everyone know about them, especially the MAC address. Reason, IP address is dynamic. It will change after 24 to 48 hours. Whereas MAC address is the physical address of your system. This can never be changed. Once somebody knows a MAC address of your system, they will be able to, but we cannot change MAC. Yes, we cannot be able to change it. So MAC address is much more confidential as compared to it is same for the system forever. That's absolutely right, Akash. Sheikh is saying MAC address is a physical address. It's not safe to share. Nope. It is not a good idea, especially if the other person is a hacker. So I hope now we are clear. How do two systems know whom to communicate with? Just like we know the addresses. So if I want to come to your house, you will share me the location. I will add it in the Google Maps. Same our computer does. They do it while using the IP addresses and the MAC addresses. So if everything is good to go, just write yes in the chat box. I know the time is less. That's why I'm saying type yes in the chat box if everything is clear. Gosh, it's giving a big yes. We are excited. Let's go, sir. Energy is still 100 out of 100. The battery is completely full. So let's move to the next slide. Now comes a very important yet a easy difference between HTTP and HTTPS. How many of you guys already know that what is HTTP and what is HTTPS? So for those who are going to tell me the full form, I already know it. It is hyper text transfer protocol. Yes, Dhruva. HTTPS comes with extra security. So from S, we mean it is secure. So if I show you some of the websites here, so let us say I go to OneWeb and scroll maybe down a bit and write what if HTTP. So it says, or it will show us a HTTP website. And HTTP means nothing is being encrypted. See here it shows on the top left corner. It is not secure. Your connection to this site is not secure. That means it is using HTTP. So never use a website or never trust a website that uses HTTP. On the other hand, if I search another website, so let's say I search Bharat Cares. Now this website doesn't shows that it is not secure. Whereas this website shows connection is secure. That means the website runs on HTTPS. I hope that's clear. You cannot get hacked by just opening a website. But if you write your passwords or your credentials inside HTTP website, then of course your credentials, your password, your email IDs can be leaked. Yes, sir. Understood. Okay. Okay, sir. So I believe we are good to go. So the same thing that we did in the previous session or the orientation session was keeping our things secured. So here we are again, but definitely it is much more jumbled. So this time if I have to write my name, so instead of writing it normally, I will use this key. So 12 is from A, and then, okay, N is hidden right behind the chat box where I put it. So 25, 24, 26, and then L would be 23. So using this specific key, you can send me your names again. So time is less. Okay, you guys can share me on LinkedIn. For those who are saying that we are left with little time, you guys can just message me on LinkedIn and I will try to crack it once again. Just like you guys did in the previous session as well. So Nisha has already written one. So let's take that one for the time being. So 25, okay. I believe it's her name. And 20 is I. 44444 is S. 19 once again is H. And 12 is A. Here you go, Nisha. Now I believe that there would be more in the chat box. Yes, there it is. Arju has written his name. Priyanka has written her name. Okay, so for those who saying that yes, sir, time is less, those can just send me on the LinkedIn itself. And for those who search my Instagram, I haven't accepted your request. Only the task was for the LinkedIn. You guys are way too smart, huh? Cybersecurity professionals, the futures, the hackers. So, lastly, we have the domain name system, also known as DNS. So, if I ask you to call me, let us say you already have my number. What will you search in the phone? Will you search my name in the phone? Or will you try to remember my phone number? Will try to cram my phone number. Which one will it be? Yes? Name. Okay. Okay, everybody is saying that yes, name. Priyanka, it can't be the phone number. It's not a good idea to remember my phone number or cram it. It is much more easier to remember my name. Now, this exactly is what's happening behind the scenes between the websites. So instead of remembering the IP address, you guys remember the name of the website. For an example, do you know what is the IP address of Google? Or do you just search your Google, just Google in the URL, and it automatically shows you the website of Google? So if I ask you, or if I change the question here, 8.8.8.8. Now this is the IP address of the Google. Now I won't recommend you to remember this IP address. Instead, what you guys can do is just search Google in the chat box. IP with address is stored in the DNS, which is provided instantly. Perfect, Akash. So instead of remembering the IP address or the contacts, what we are going to do? we are going to remember the names that are in our contact box. Same for the website, because all your website have IP addresses. So it won't be a good option for all of us to remember the IP addresses. So I hope it's clear. Domain name system. Are we good to go, team? Okay, we are getting still a big yes. Great, guys. Okay, great, great, great. We are having big yes. Admin is saying yes. Okay. Okay, Nisha has sent so many yeses, I can't even read them. Okay, then. Moving forward is again a quiz time for all of you. And here is the QR code. So this is going to be the last task for this session. Just fill it in, take a moment, and let me know once you are done. Okay, Dhruva is saying yes. What about the West? Aju is saying yes, sir. Let's go for one more hour. That's the spirit, Sheikh. Definitely. If that was possible, I definitely would have continued it. So Sheikh is saying done, done, are done. Okay. Priyanka is saying done. That's great, team. So I hope everybody is done with filling up the Google form, scanning the QR code. I will wait another 30 seconds for you guys. Just let me know once you are done. Just spam in the chat box that yes, sir, we are done. Come on, team, you guys can do it. Done, okay. Secure, yes. Yes, sir, we are done. Okay. So now the last task has also been covered. And I know some of the students are also saying that, sir, it's already been time, please. So a quick recap of what we covered today. Definitely, we did a lot of things. So, who is going to message me or tell me that what were the topics that we covered today? Oh, Akash is saying, done, sir. I thought we just started. That's the spirit, man. OSI, yes, different type of layers. Priyanka is saying OSI layers as well. Sir, we covered TCP, we covered UDP, we covered multiple transportation layers, we covered DNS. Okay. Anything else that we covered in the session? IP addresses, we covered the MAC addresses. Perfect. So I believe those were majorly the topics that we covered today. Networking, how computers talk with each other. Absolutely. Beautiful, team, beautiful. HTTP, HTTPS. Yes, that is correct. OSI model and many more layers, including application layer, session layer, presentation layer. Perfect. So you guys were really active. Now I will easily be able to remember your names. So that's it for the recap then. Okay. So I can't read that out loud, but yes. Thank you, team. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in the next class. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Thank you, sir. We'll ask on the LinkedIn. Okay. No worries. It's absolutely fine. Application session, transport, network, data link, physical. Okay. Jay was able to remember all those layers. Perfect. So, thank you, sir. Please reply in LinkedIn service first. Oh, okay. No worries. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you, everyone. May God bless you. Have a wonderful evening ahead. And we'll meet you guys very, very soon. Take care. Bye bye.